children of all ages. Act like you know. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain now. It's going down. 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 I'm your captain now. It's going down. 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 This is how you start a fresh rap with a new track. Put your seatbelts on, prepare for the impact. In fact, I did that with less than a six-pack. But don't drink and drive, cause it's easy to sense that. The beat a crash dummy, don't smile, ain't nothing funny. Learned a long time ago, you catch more bees with honey. My flow is like vinegar, ooh, that's nasty. I'm a goalie in the streets, ain't nothing her getting past me. Chemicals and acid in my pen when I write it. Let it seep into your ears, brain, skin, don't fight it. Relax yourself, let your conscience be free. I gave you the medicine, don't blame your stress on me. I kill a rapper on TV for the loot if you let me. Look at her, I'm a savage with a style so heavy. D, look at me, fresh as I can be. Casket clean, always draped up to the T. Ooh, it's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain now. It's going down. 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 I'm your captain now. It's going down. 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 Yeah, I walk inside your building, take over your whole facility. New sheriff in town, I don't know if you feeling me. Better listen up quick, pink slip in your mailbox. Feel like you was assaulted, I guess is what you tell cops. You're fired. When I fired the 45, you not fit for this position, the whole country tired. Never no more am I ever turn a blind eye. Pull them on the carpet, pull the facts, let me find out. The realest of the real, I'm the people's choice. I represent the people that ain't got a voice, or got a choice, or got a man. I'm here if you need me, I'm your backup plan. We can take over the world if you believe me, man. Listen to me now, believe me later, I'm your master plan. We can take over the world if you believe me, man. Listen to me now, believe me later, I'm your master plan. It's going down, I'm your captain. It's going down, I'm your captain. It's going down, I'm your captain. It's going down, I'm your captain now. It's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. I'm your captain now. It's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain now. It's going down. 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 I'm your captain now. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down.
Yo, hello everybody and welcome. This is the TCR League brought to you by Tanso around Watkins Glen. What was a pretty decent race, to be fair. This was run on Tuesday night. Or was it Monday? One of the two. Monday, Tuesday, I have lost my days. Mr. Thompson is in the chat already, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Thompson, it will come after this race. I am going to catch up right now. We will get the Premier League Season 5 brought to you by DSC Broadcasting. That will be coming up very shortly as well. That is on GT7. But we have got Watkins Glen up first in the TCR, boys. There is entertainment all around the park. Nonetheless, we've got a track temperature of 26 degrees with 55% chance of rain. Partly cloudy with just 4 mile an hour crosswinds. Let's go check the grid out where they all lined up. There we go. And it was Marcus Law on pole position, followed by Neil Rocks in the Wiskins Racing Team. I believe that's a 1-2. Ryan Dudley is in third place. Baz Cut in fourth. Stuart Brealey in fifth. The broadcaster 6. James Smith. I do believe I called him Jamie Smith the other week. I do apologise. It's James Smith in seventh. Dave Clark, the TVG, the Vape Guru, who sponsors this league as well, is in 8th place. Sean Clark 9th, and Adrian Adfield is in 10th place. But let's bring up all the info we need, and there they all are. There are the Whisk Boys 1 and 2, as you do, putting on dominant performance. Let's get it underway. Revs are already up, and we are away straight away. Adfield already put a move on Clark. Not sure what happened to Mr. Clark, but he is down the order nonetheless, down to 10th, as you do. I'm not quite sure, but I may have made a bit of it. Look, you can't see it, but I can see it. I've got overlay on an overlay, yeah. Pretty decent, but it is Marcus Law leading Neil Rocks. The two West boys leading away. Ryan Dudley, who we saw was in the Audi at the moment, pretty lovely little Audi as well, has survived the 86 corner with Raz last week in the 86ers last Sunday. We will see tomorrow if we can do it again. The Simtech boys putting on a bit of a show last week, just coming home with a victory with the Simtech boys. Currently running in third place is Ryan Dudley, and we've got Stuart Breelet in the on the Civic in the Revive machine is in fourth place, and Dudley getting it sideways, big sideways in the ad it as cold tyres. They say on the downhill right hand, downhill left hand, shall we say. Kept that very well. David De AS, he's under fire from Adrian Adfield, and then we've got James Smith. Now I keep calling these boys the Gorillas. Apparently they are Team Silverback, so I do apologise. I have remembered for the GR86s. That is the Team Silverback liveried Hyundai there, closely followed by Broadcaster in his Hyundai Elantra, the BWT liveried machine. Going pretty well indeed as well, and we're not far behind Adrian Adfield, who has got the Renault Laguna livery on his Elantra, and it looks pretty tasty indeed. But first we followed by Baz Cutting. Ooh, big damage. There is damage on in this league, and that was big damage for Adrian Adfield. Wow, that front wheel is gone. That is naff. Now, I do believe we have a quick repair on here. Not too sure, but that was a big hit. A big hit. You just see his wheel with that is naff. That is proper naff. Pit crew, something to do. Dave Clark is up into 8th place in the TRG liveried up machine. Pretty good indeed. I can't see what's going on for some reason. I've got an overlay in the chat. Like that said. Don't know what you're saying, but I've got an overlay right there. So yeah, they are pretty. What has happened to the other Marcus Law? Has he made a mistake? Because he's now down to 3rd place. Down to 3rd. They say cold tyres. The brakes on these take a while to warm up, marry into the circuit as you do. Watkins Glen is a tasty circuit, to be fair. I wouldn't mind bringing the trucks, the NASCAR trucks around here, if I'm honest. It'll be pretty decent indeed. New member says hi to me, the governor. Just a new member just joined as we are live on the air. A new member has joined Tanso Racing Group. What league will he be? Well, may never know. But all welcome nonetheless, as broadcaster goes wide around the outside of the ID. Go for the switcheroo if we can. Still there or thereabouts. We had a little tasty race with Baz a few weeks ago. Touring cars always puts on a bit of a show. It's great fun, to be fair. It's really good fun, as is the GT3s as well. We're just getting a bit of slipstream off Baz Cutting. Down into turn 1, you've got hard on the brakes and an easy lift. Get it in nice and early, tucked in. Right, too much curb, you will pick up a pen just like I did there. Pick up a little #1. We'll keep our foot buried nonetheless on our way through. Let's have a look on a gyro just to get his perspective on this. And that's what it looks like as we're down to what I am now dubbing the chicane of death, after a few incidents that one had oneself. It is the equivalent to Dragon Trail Seaside. It is very much equivalent to that, but the walls aren't as close. But it's still the same. Dab on her brakes, a little understeer there from the broadcaster's machine, but we followed it nonetheless. Get back out of that, we don't want to be there all day. EWT tucked up nicely behind Baz Cutting. It's still Neil Rocks leading the way from Ryan Dudley in his Audi. And then Marcus Law was leading the way, but not anymore. Cutting down in third place. And we have got more people in the pits. We've got Dave Clark in the pits. That damage is ooh, that's pretty tasty damage, to be fair. And the Silverback machine currently running on his own. 25 seconds off the back of Adrian Hadfield. Is Laguna up and running. Pit crew did a fantastic job. He is some 51 seconds off the back of Broadcaster. Don't look that far when you say it, but he is. And we're just tracking the back of Stuart Brealey now in that Revive on the Civic. And fast laps coming in. Who has got the fastest lap so far? I mean, the front boys are putting in some stunning lap times, got to be said. Ryan Dudley's on a 1:57.4, but Marcus Law has gone in with a 1:57.38, and Neil Rocks is doing 1:58.2. So pretty close up the front, pretty close indeed. And we've got the GR86 tomorrow night. We will be live with the GR86s around, shall we say, about 8:45. See if we can get any boys in for a chat. Mid-Ohio certainly threw up a few entertaining moments, shall we say. I mean, it was a small circuit, but it was a cracking race, to be fair. Really felt sorry for Raz on this pursuit of Ryan Dudley. Got side by side with him. 2 corners to go. Raz had the inside line and put it on the curb. Tried to bury the throttle around the inside. Did have the tight line, but the car just let go. Went sideways on him. And yeah, unfortunately for him, no trophy that night. But Ryan Dudley claimed the victory for the Simtech boys. There was 1, 2 and 3 again in the GR86. So get involved. Tanso Racing Group on Discord, Facebook. So we do. And check out the sponsors as well. We've got Revive. We're putting up $30 for the iRacing trophies. You get some iRacing credits, as you do in here when you're racing here. And a GR86 is $15 for the Pro winner and $15 for the AM winner as well. So yeah, definitely get in and check it out. Dave Clark is now out on circuit, and pit crew did an amazing job. That car looks like it's running as good as ever, but he is some way down the order, some 9 seconds off the back of James Smith in that Silverback machine. I do love their livery, I think it's brilliant. And one guy that really did me the other week in Sunday was running with the Castrol livery, but it said Jim Stroll. It was Jim Stroll. It wasn't Castrol at all, it was Jim Stroll. Totally blew my mind. So yeah, and we have got Marcus Law catching the back of Ryan Dudley here at a fair rate of knots as we come through the dubbed American version of the chicane of death. Little dib dab on the brakes in the alley, you just see that. Pretty evenly matched, these boys. Not even a second separates these. Third to first is within a second. That is pretty as close as you like. You want to see close racing as well. Big them up all the time. Simtech boys, 1, 2, 3 most weeks. I think it's Mark Brown, who is still championship leader, is the driver to watch out for as well on his day. Absolutely phenomenal driver. 1, 2, 3. That's synchronised driving at its best by Team Simtech. Beautiful. Not close enough yet by the Whisker machine, as they both run wide there on their way through sector 3. And that is Mr. Smith coming in with a 2:0.92. Pretty slow that. But Brealey in his Revive livery on the Civic is maintaining 4th place over Baz Cutting, who has got the Broadcaster right under his rear wing. He is a good wing to follow, to be fair. Really good wing to follow. That's the fastest lap coming by Ryan Dudley. 137 dead. 157 dead. One would apologise. I need my glasses. As we'll just tuck up and have a look around the inside. See if we can get past that Audi in our Elantra. Not quite fast enough. That Audi did have a great turn of exit speed through the corners. So we relied on slipstream and pure Hyundai power. Pretty decent, to be fair. Did enjoy it. We're literally getting a moser toe off that TRG Audi. Going defensive is Baz cutting as we head down into the chicane of death. Again, we have a little look on the outside, not going to put a move on. This curve was and could be very, very unforgiving. We took a little bit too much there. On the exit, it's not too bad because we're into a braking zone. But yeah, tyres for me, just at this point, we are a couple of minutes in, only 9 minutes left to go this race, but it took a while to get, you can hear the brakes still squealing, not hot enough yet. Lift and coasting this car was the best way to go, but tyres seem to take me a while. The brakes still not fully up to temperature. Yeah, squealing away, pleading for mercy, but not to be in that Hyundai. What is it now to the boys up front? It is not a big gap at all, but still Neil Rocks leads the way from Ryan Dudley and Marcus Law. Team Whisk 1 and 3. Pretty Whiskey as well. And we're back down to Beat It, who is come way down off the back of these boys. Couple of corners, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. Sean Clark is not in and still racing away. Dave Clark is though, and he's in 9th place. 10 seconds now off the back of James Smith in that silverback machine. I've got a race too. The feature racing is about 25 minutes long in these cars, but it went absolutely rapid around here. The time went nowhere. I was just getting warmed up and the timer went okay. Here's what it is. No bother. Now what's even worse, I can't read what people are putting in chat because I've got an overlay on. I don't really want it. Don't know why I've got an overlay on there. One may never know. But we might do. Dave Clark has just left the pit lane apparently. He's been left the pit lane a long time. There he is. Pit crew did an amazing job. Seen him going in all wibbly wobbly. Guys, fresh front grille. Broadcaster has gone somewhere. He has been in the wall. A slight bit of yeah, that front wheel is gone. That front left has seen better days. Yep, that is dislodged, and we have got a way to go in that car as well. We haven't got a lot left on track. It's still drivable. We're getting around corners, but won't do him any favours. And it's just lost the back of Baz Cutting that, who's in 5th place as it sits, and not too far behind Mr. Breeley. Only about 2.96 seconds, so bouncing around and staying pretty faithful to the 3-second mark is Stuart Breeley. And then we've got Marcus Law, Ryan Dudley, and Neil Rocks still 1, 2, and 3. Putting on a bit of a show, are they not? I say that was a good camera angle. Riding the wall there. 157s by the front three. 157.26, 157.27, and a 157.2 dead by Marcus Law. We will be getting a bit of slipstream off the back of that Audi now. Have a look on board. Different line taken through there. It is flat all the way through after turn 1. The circuit opens up. Little off camber, but you can keep your toe firmly down in this car. Just down 2 shifts for Marcus Law there through the chicane of death. Ryan Dudley seems to catch Neil Rocks through this part of the circuit, but just can't get close enough. Not quite close enough to force that move. Who is in the pits? That is a broadcaster in the pits, getting that repair done. I do believe when I entered the pit, I actually got although my pit limiter was on, I must have left it just a little bit late to get down and get that move, get calmed down entering the pits, but no, we didn't. That's cutting is now 2.8 off the back of Stuart Breelett in the revived machine. He's now running in 4th place. 158 for Smith. Puts him just a second off the lead pace as well. And not too bad at all. We are at and back underway. We're in 7th place. You see how some of them have got the triple numbers and some have got the double numbers. That's the Pro and the Am drivers. There's no Pro and Ams in the TCR League, but I leave them on so I can remember who's who. When it gets to the GR86s, as we get a little bit sideways through the chicane of death, and we are very, very much off the pace of the leaders. That gap to the silverback machine now is coming down. It's 2.6 seconds from James Smith. Coming down pretty quick indeed. And then we have got the TVG, TRG, Dave Clark, the vape guru, the man himself. Go check out the vape guru. Check him out indeed. It's down to 7 1,000ths of a second between these pairs. No moves being forced yet. 16 minutes in, we've been like this nose to tail for the best part of all this race, apart from Marcus Law getting it a little bit wrong and then dropping down 2 positions into 3rd place. He's now to the 156s, pushing on pretty good in that Civic. There will be no GT4 or GT3 comps this week, unfortunately. But yeah, we've got the GR86s to look forward to. I am pushing for a bit of NASCAR trucks and a bit of outlaw. I fancy a bit of outlaws. I think that would be pretty interesting nonetheless. As that gap is coming down, it's in the red, but it's still coming down. A 10th or 2 a lap from Dave Clark to James Smith in this silverback machine, and there you see James Smith knocked to 1.9 off the back of the broadcaster, who took a very tight line through that through the sweeper. Will aid him in his pursuit of the broadcaster. Navigates the chicane of death pretty well. Very confident through there. The Renault Laguna livery of Adrian Hadfield is still running around in 6th place. Not a bad return. Not a bad return indeed. I've tried doing my own livery, but I don't want to pay pro prices for it, so I just download them now. I just download them. There's other ways of doing it on Photoshop and things like that. A little bit technical for my brain power anyway. It's a little bit technical for me. We'll leave it as is. And Bass Cutting has got this gap down to 2.3. Now it's 2.2. Took a big chunk out of it there, 10th in them sequence of corners. So yeah, it's still coming down as well. I did tell you that Arden has got a fantastic turn of pace out of the corner. It's ridiculous. I noticed it when I was following him myself earlier on. It just went nowhere, absolutely nowhere. The Hyundai, that Arden just powered straight out the corner. It was pretty savage, and forgive me for yawning. I had a late night last night. See, the wife's in Benidorm on a girls' weekend away for her 50th. Got the kid downstairs and did karaoke and all that last night. Had a few jars. Ended up watching a TV program on Netflix. I was still there at 1 o'clock this morning. So yeah. That's how my night went last night. And what are we doing up front? Nothing much. It is still, ooh, as we see Marcus Law having a look at Ryan Dudley. He did have a cheeky little nosedive, but Nosedive was a little bit too far back. It would have been a Hail Mary down the inside of Ryan Dudley. I don't think Ryan Dudley would have been too kind to receive an Hail Mary. The move is well defended. Still in the 156ers is Marcus Law. Consistently as well. His best, his last, he equalled his best the last lap, to be fair. And this will be the final lap, I do believe, for the Heat 1. But don't go nowhere. We have got Heat 2 coming up after this. I do believe it is reverse grid as well. So everybody will be reversed. Good. So he's had a quick run through. Neil Roxon, Ryan Dudley, Marcus Law, Stuart Wheeler, Baz Cotton, Adrian Hadfield, the broadcaster, James Smith, Dave Clark. Rounding out your top 9. There's no Sean Clark in this race, unfortunately. Missed the start. It was pretty unfortunate. 2 corners to go. For Neil Rocks is going to take a victory here at Watkins Glen as it's coming up to lap the Vape Guru, this trio. Stay with these boys. We come to the line. We're over the 20-minute mark this lap here. Checkered flag is out and Neil Rocks comes home to take first place here at Watkins Glen. Ryan Dudley in second place and Marcus Law takes third place, rounding out your podium positions. It was as clean as you like for most, but 1 or 2 getting it a little wrong, having to take a venture into the pits. Stuart Wheeler will hang on from Baz Cotton. 4th place for Stuart Wheeler. And then Baz Cotton coming home in 5th. Really good chase down. Adrian Hadfield, will he hold on to that position? He had a big off earlier on. Bust up that front left. Lost the front nose. Pit group did an amazing job to get him back out and into the race and comes home in 6th place. Pretty good driving. Pretty good driving. An amazing pit group. 2 corners to go. Still got a 10-second lead over the broadcaster. I read that off earlier on. Clipped the wall, bust up the front left. He had a bit of aero damage as well. But Adrian Hadfield will not bother about that. He's got a fantastic pit crew to get him out, and he will finish in 6th place for that time of 2 minutes dead. And I tell you what, the broadcaster has got James Smith all over the back end for down the inside on the final corner. We're getting a little wrong as he got that move done. It's a drag race between James Smith and the broadcaster, but the broadcaster will hold on for 7th place ahead of James Smith, and then Dave Clark eventually will come home. Get your foot down, Doug, says oh no there. Let's bring up the results. There are your results. Neil Rocks, 1st place. Ryan Dudley in 2nd place. Marcus Law taking the bronze step on the podium and rounding out the top 3. Stuart Brealey 4th. Baz Cotton in 5th. Adrian Hadfield in 6th. Broadcaster 7th. James Smith in 8th place. And Dave Clark in 9th. Was good nonetheless. Now let me just bring you to the intermission, because you don't want to see me winding this on into race 2. We'll have a little 5-minute warm up when we actually run this race. Get into the feature. Go. Feature all loaded up and ready to go. Make sure we get the grid right. One may never know, but I know where we are. We'll have to top them in noggin, just like this. Just like that. Base, bring up the battle box, because we're going to need that as well. Let's turn that off. That always pops up. One may never know why. But it is. James Smith starting on pole position for the broadcaster. Baz Cutting in third. Brealey fourth. Adfield in fifth. Law in sixth. Dudley seventh. Rocks in eighth. Clark in ninth. That was how it starts. The feature race. See how we get on. Race 2. Straight away. Really away. Literally very fast away. Really up to first. Rocks already. Second. Down third, Dudley. Now battling with Rocks down the inside. Some of these boys can launch these cars like they're rocket ships. But it is Brealey leading the way from Ryan Dudley in the air. The 3 wide coming through the snake. And already alongside Clark is Ryan Dudley. Oh, a little opener here. All in a little opener, so Dubs up to second, Neil Rocks and Marcus Law already from 8th, 9th and 7th already, 2, 3 and 4. James Smith down 5th, that's caught in 6th, Broadcaster 7th, and that's got Adrian Adfield and Dave Clark for company as well. Stuart Brealey still leading the way. Is the cork in the bottle as it sits in that revive machine. These boys, we've seen them in race 1, had a phenomenal turn of pace. Dudley tries to get the eye line, look for the switcheroo, or forced to move back down his inside. Not quite. That had it, as we said, has got a great turn of exit speed. Already looking down the inside for turn 5. Like he's got that move done, but Stuart Brealey won't give it up. He has now got the inside line into sector 3. And the West machines are just hanging it on the back there, but might compensate and move down the inside on Ryan Dudley as we go through the sweeper. One more sweeper to go onto the start finish straight. Ryan Dudley now has the inside over the West machine. But as he got the drive, them Civics aren't slow either. Not slow by any stretch of the imagination. And there goes Marcus Law. Brealey 206.1, 206.4. To the cars behind, and Dudley right on the car behind, right on his gearbox. A little wide from the revive machine. That will invite Marcus Law to have a look through this acceleration zone, shall we say, through the snake. Dudley gets that move done on the revive as well. Where is the other Wisp machine? 4 places lost. In the space of 2 corners there for make that 5. Is it going to be 5? The Team Silverback on the inside going into the chicane of death as well. Yeah, that's pretty wise just to knuckle out of that one. Let the faster boys go. Just follow the line, follow the braking points, follow the zone if you can. We've got Adrian Hadfield down there in 6th place. Baz Cutting has got broadcaster for company, and Mr. Clark. Oh, damn! That was painful. Oh, that was painful. That was all kinds of painful. The rear of that car, that is being towed back to the pits. It's just come together with a silverback machine. You see it on the rear quarter. That won't do them rear axles any favours at all. That car will probably be crabbing right now, as the broadcaster is now on the back of Stuart Brealey. We did get clipped on our way through there. As you can see, that front right is not in the best shape. It did cost us. We was driving it at like I would say about 10 to 5 steering wheel, just to keep the car straight and hope for the best. But unfortunate to get caught up in that. It didn't feel that bad when I was driving it, but the steering was absolutely shot. That is a pit stop for most of. So, while the board sorts itself out, quite sure why it says everybody is around and down the bottom. That's because everyone pitted, that's why. But it is Marcus Law from Ryan Dudley and Neil Rocks. The top 3 from race 1 are in the top 3 for race 2. Just roles reverse. Ryan Dudley is where he was in race 2. Marcus Law is now leading this race. Neil Rocks, who won race 1, is now in 3rd. So, all change. All change. Adrian Anfield is the highest earner this evening. He is currently gained 6 spots. So, and he is now back in 4th place, but Bas Cutting is not too far behind. Not too far behind at all. A little late on the brakes there as well was Bas Cutting. Took a nosedive. Not running too bad. Took a tighter line for a faster exit over the land truck. Over rev there. With a bit of a downshift. We call it a downshift when you get the over revs on these cars as well. They're lifting close through that corner. Brings him right up on the back door of Adrian Hatfield. So maintaining that position will be good with taste. Look at Neil Rocks, we get on board, he's literally right under the ironing board of Ryan Dudley, and you can get away with cutting that corner as well. The entry to the pits, it is a part of the racetrack, so you don't get penalised for that. But if you run wide heading into turn 1 where we're heading into now, click this curve on the way through, not too hard. There you go, car naturally drifts left. You hit that a little harder, it just fires you off left. It's going to be very unforgiving. You will pick up at times 1. The times penalty around here are times 17 when you get a drive through up to times 20. And then you are black bagged, shall we say. Proper black bagged. But that is as close as you want to get into the chicane of death, especially with the slip. Seasoned professional, these boys. As Dudley goes sideways as well. No quarter given from Ryan Dudley. Pedal to the metal. That risk machine is having a look at any which way possible. Try and give Ryan Dudley something to think about as he tries to have a look for a line around the outside. Might want to stay there for the sequence of corners, Mr. Rocks. But they might look for the switcheroo as well. Not quite tight enough that line from Mr. Rocks on Ryan Dudley. Tight enough indeed. And it is a 20-minute race as well. Marcus Law has pulled a 1.2 gap over Ryan Dudley while he's defending hard from Neil Rocks. That's Cutting not quite making the impression we thought he would over Adrian Hatfield. So 2 and a bit seconds off the back of Adrian Hatfield right now. So there's hope for us all yet. And the revived machine is in 6th place. And James Smith is in 7th. Clark is in 8th. That's Dave Clark in the PVG machine. There you go. Broadcaster after his pit is down here in 9th and last place. Won't see much of him this race. Wasn't to be. But is it to be for Marcus Law? Ryan Dudley, Neil Rocks still behind Ryan Dudley. Excuse me. I do believe it's fine. I mean, Duds is a fast driver on iRacing. He's just like a fish to water on there. Is Duds. Martin Lee as well, another quick driver in a GT3. Likes to mix it with the best of. But I just can't help but think that Civic is a little faster, but it hasn't got the turn speed out of the corners that the Audi has. Might be because the Audi is heavier than the Civic. One may never know. I mean, in this GT, well, it's literally a GT4 car, and it's like touring cars. Might be best next season if we add a little ballast to the race, or the top 3, the race winners, you know, because they have got a phenomenal turn of pace. They're literally 3 seconds a lap faster than That's Cutting, who's in the 2 minute marker. And everybody, the boys up front doing 157s. After that it's 159s from Stuart Wheeler. And then after that it's who don't want to know. Can't count that high. Yeah, the times are pretty high. We're doing 2:02 last time around. And we're sideways again out of turn 1. Just keep your foot down, you're going too late, you've already picked up your penalty. So just keep your foot in it. Still no movement for Neil Rocks on Ryan Dudley. 21 thousandths of a second separates those two. And less than half a second separates 1, 2 and 3. Imagine racing this close in the GR86s constantly for 20 minutes. Front and back, wherever you are on a circuit, you'll always be behind the driver. Unless you're in front, obviously. You know, the racing is just like these pit. It is proper, close and taste it. It's fantastic. It was a really good race indeed. I really enjoyed watching it last week. And I'm hoping for more of the same this week as well. Tomorrow night, 8:45, we will be live with GR86s. It'll be phenomenal. We'll see if Mark Brown comes back into the chat room. Douglas takes a tight defensive line over Neil Rocks, whose relentless pressure should and wants it to pay off. Not close enough for a move down the inside. Avoided contact with Ryan Dudley. Great racing. And some of them racing Oculuses. Got an Oculus Quest or what's the other one? Is it the Hive? Whatever it's called. The blue one is pretty good, to be fair. I've heard that's pretty good. And that is the Wicks machine into the wall. The spoiler has gone. Had a look for the move down the inside of Ryan Dudley in a slight right-handed kink, but yeah, tried to come across, defend his line, got clipped on the rear quarter, spun him round and into the entire bail he went. He will not be an happy bunny about that, but he has got now no rear aero damage. Look, he has got right. He has got aero damage. I was looking at something else then. And having a good race, got to be said, is Adrian Hadfield currently running in 4th place, not too far ahead of Baz Cutting. And then it is Stuart Brealey in the Revive machine. Did lead for a lap and then lost 3 positions in the space of a corner or 2. But he's in 6th nonetheless, and Smith is in, James Smith that is, he is in 7th place, Silverback machine. Last week I ran in the GT4s. I got my first ever win on iRacing. Absolutely buzzing. Ryan Dudley was gifted the broadcaster a victory as he had to serve a drive-through penalty with a lap to go. Did have a little excursion, quite a few times to be fair. Wasn't the best race we've seen Ryan Dudley do, but had to get a drive-through penalty sorted nonetheless. Dave Clark is somewhere off the back of the field right now and down in 8th place. We only got 8 drivers, unfortunately. The others didn't want to get the cars done, decided to call it a day. So, Dodds second, quite comfortably, and it is whereas Neil Rock's gone with his damage. That aero is forcing him down the field. He's lost a further 2 positions now to Adrian Hadfield, who moves up into 3rd place, and Baz Cutting that up to 4th. Neil Rocks will be happy, and quite happy I will say, running no aero on the rear of that Civic if he can maintain the top 5. Not sure what stewards will think about it, running with damage like that, but no black flags as yet. No black flags as yet, and I'm not sure what the blip was yet. We don't need it. So that comes on. Oh, right, now I know where it's from. And I tell you who is catching as well. Down now into the 2 seconds dead behind Neil Rocks is Stuart Brealey in his revived on the Civic. He's got an aero wing. He's got a rear wing. And going pretty decent. And gaining all the time as well. It was 2 seconds. Now down 2. There you go. That move is done. Signed, sealed, delivered. Just as he got to the chicane of death as well, making it pretty well. There's just to add the V-lip, shall we say. Amateur hour. Do love a bit of amateur hour. He's a broadcaster again. I haven't seen him for a while. I said we wouldn't want to see much of him, but we are there running a lonely race some way back off the back of the pack. Read that off, we clipped the wall, we got caught in a confrontation earlier on. Unsettled the car, unbalanced the front end, forced us down the order. Still in the top 10 though, so doing very well. And James Smith is in 7th place. Really did well. The Rocks down in 6. What has Baz got in his onion locker? Can he chase down 1.5 seconds? Try and get on the bronze step podium. Catch this guy. The Adfield, who would love a little podium right now, but we haven't got more around 4 and a bit minutes. I say 4 minutes to go, and he's got a 1.7 gap to Baz Cutting, who is bringing that gap down slowly, not really hammering the idea around Watkins Glen, but he's got it down to 1.6. That gap's growing to Ryan Dudley's now 9.2 seconds from Adrian Hadfield, and his gap to this guy here is a further 14 seconds. Oh, 4 seconds to Ryan Dudley, and got down 14 to Adrian Hadfield. So. Barring any mistakes from the front two, I think they've got this one signed, sealed and delivered. Positions will be that gap has come down now 1.4. So Baz putting on a bit of a charge in his idea, PRG machine. Running pretty well. Do like this touring car league. It is a good race, good event to get into if you want to join it. Apart from the door knocking, a little love taps here and there, but touring cars is like that in real life anyway, and everyone's always touching someone. Not sure if I was meant to say it that way, but we did. So 157.38 for Marcus Law. Dudley has responded with a 158.31. Only 81 thousandths of a second the difference in lap times from Law and Dudley. But not fast enough. Just not fast enough. So about like 2 seconds on the night for Dudley. He'll be happy with that. You can see first place just going through the chicane of death though. You can see him right in front. How is Neil Rocks getting on? He's dropped down now. He's still in 6th place, but being caught slowly by James Smith in the silverback machine. So that aero is taking its toll on the back of that, on the Civic. Unsettle it. It won't be as stable as we seen it would be in race 1. Got to be careful on the curbs as well as Mr. Rocks. Nurse lifting the coast quite a bit just to get the nose tucked in. You can be a bit more forceful when you've got all your bits on your car, but not to be for Mr. Rocks. There is the leader. Got 2 corners to go. So this will be the white flag that crosses around, I do believe. We will see. Nonetheless, Mr. Law, third in race 1. Looks like he's got a victory in the bag. That's another fastest lap of 1:57.15 from Marcus Law on this final lap. Ryan Dudley is still in second place with 1:58.9. Adfield is still in that third step on the podium on the final lap. Baz Cutting not too far behind now. That gap is down to less than a second. Got to see what it's like from his point of view. There you go. Running wide all the time. Keep your foot down. You will gain a times 1 for every time you put that corner. But brings the speed out of the car. It sets you up for the snake as we're down to the chicane of death. Gaining on that Hyundai. Is he going to force an issue? He didn't want an argument. Pulled out of that one. Pretty advisable to be fair, got to be said. The wider line, a late cutting on the apex. Looking for the fast exit. Parking his car everywhere he can. There's Adrian Adfield in his defence on his podium position, while his third place. Gap is still less than a second. This is the final lap of the race. Just a couple of corners to go for Marcus Law. And there will be another Whisk teamed victory at Watkins Glen in the TCR League, brought to you by Tanso. As he rounds the final corner. Checkered flag is out, and that is a win for Marcus Law in the TCR League this evening. Congratulations to you, my friend. Ryan Dudley will come home and take second place. Congratulations to you as well, my friend. And then it is the defending Adrian Adfield, defending with all his might. Come home and around the corner, round out the final podium step in third place. Baz Cutting in 4th. Stuart Brealey eventually in his revive machine will come home in 5th place. Congratulations indeed. James Smith, Team Silverback, is in 6th place. We will get all the results up as soon as this race finishes. That was pretty entertaining. As you can see, there's still room for getting involved. It is only round 2. So be sure to go and check out Tanso Racing Group on Discord and Facebook, and then www.tansoracing.group.co.uk for the webpage, where they post all the events as well, and UK and I pages. Go check that out. We're on there as well. Really good indeed. Everybody else has done, signed, sealed and delivered. Have we got the results in at the end? There they are. The results are in. So Marcus Law took the victory in 9.1 seconds and over Ryan Dudley. Adrian Adfield did stay on to take third place. The Next Generation Racing. Baz Cutting in 4th. Stuart Brealey in 6th. James Smith in 6th. Neil Rocks fortunately got clipped by Ryan. Went into the wall and lost the rear wing. Went down the order pretty sharpish, and then finished out in 7th place. I think it's Dave Clark, Team Tanso in 8th place, and a broadcaster, that's me, myself and I, we finished in 9th. Sean Clark, run runner. So, what's these milk floats I say? These are milk floats, you cheeky me. I do like this race. I do like this indeed. How are we doing, boys? I have got the Premier League coming up very shortly, but in the meantime, I'm going to go make a brew. boot up the other PC because I've got to turn the PlayStation on as well and all that jazz. And then I'll be back again very, very, very soon. But if you want to get involved in any of the racing I've spoke about, or the lunchtime lappers, we have the Formula 1 reps and all that they're on the lunchtime lappers. Just get over to Discord, type in Tanso, look them up. It will be bangingly good fun. Really good fun. GR86 is on Sunday, 9 o'clock. The lobby opens at 8 for an hour's practice. 9 o'clock for qualifying for 10 minutes. Then you've got your 2 20-minute races to follow that as well. We've got the touring cars, which you have just seen this evening as well. We've got the GT4s and the GT3s as well, the Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So yeah, the week is full of racing, even in the afternoon. So yeah, Tanso Racing Group is where it's at. That's where you need to be. I've been DSC Broadcasting. I'm out of here. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, act like you know. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain now. It's going down. 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 I'm your captain now. It's going down. 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 This is how you start a fresh rap with a new track. Put your seatbelts on, prepare for the impact. In fact, I did that with less than a 6-pack. But don't drink and drive, cause it's easy to sense that. The beat a crash dummy, don't smile, ain't nothing funny. Learned a long time ago, you catch more bees with honey. My flow is like vinegar, ooh, that's nasty. I'm a goalie in the streets, ain't nothing her getting past me. Chemicals and acid in my pen when I write it. Let it seep into your ears, brain, skin, don't fight it. Relax yourself, let your conscience be free. I gave you the medicine, don't blame your stress on me. I kill a rapper on TV for the loot if you let me. Look at her, I'm a savage with a style so heavy. D, look at me, fresh as I can be. Casket clean, always draped up to the T. Ooh, it's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain now. It's going down. 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 I'm your captain now. It's going down. 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 Yeah. I walk inside your building, take over your whole facility. New sheriff in town, I don't know if you feeling me. Better listen up quick, pink slip in your mailbox. Feel like you was assaulted, I guess is what you tell cops. You're fired. When I fired the 45, you not fit for this position, the whole country tired. Never no more am I ever turn a blind eye. Pull them on the carpet, pull the facts, let me find out. The realest of the real, I'm the people's choice. I represent the people that ain't got a voice, or got a choice, or got a man. I'm here if you need me, I'm your backup plan. We can take over the world if you believe me, man. Listen to me now, believe me later, I'm your master plan. We can take over the world if you believe me, man. Listen to me now, believe me later, I'm your master plan. It's going down, I'm your captain. It's going down, I'm your captain. It's going down, I'm your captain. It's going down, I'm your captain now. It's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. I'm your captain now. It's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain. It's going down. I'm your captain now. It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. It's